Thanks very much for joining me. Today I want to say a few words about something that we are not hearing enough about, and that is the scale of the humanitarian disaster that is currently unfolding in Gaza. And it is a horrible, horrible disaster. The war in Gaza began, as you know, with Hamas's horrific attack against innocent Israelis, which ended up killing over 1,200 innocent people and taking more than 200 hostages, 130 of whom are still in captivity right now under terrible conditions. But we should also understand that since October 7th, the beginning of the war, more than 25,000 Palestinians have been killed and 62,000 wounded, 70% of whom are women and children. Let me repeat that. 70% of whom are women and children. This is an astronomical number of civilian casualties. Unbelievably, almost 2 million people, that is 85% of the population in Gaza, have been thrown out of their homes, just simply evicted from their homes, forced to go elsewhere. 70% of the housing units in Gaza have been either damaged or destroyed. Think about that. 70% of the housing units damaged or destroyed. And on top of all of that, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his right-wing extremist government have made it almost impossible for food, water, fuel, and medical supplies to enter Gaza. In fact, only 25% of what the people of Gaza need to survive is currently making it through border checkpoints. Water is scarce, and what little water is available is often contaminated. Desperately needed medical aid is being held back at the border, while many hospitals and medical facilities are now unable, because of bombing, to provide the medical services people need. And here is something else that I hope no one will ignore, and that is that the United Nations reports that more than 90% of the population in Gaza faces, quote, acute food insecurity, end quote. And 570,000 people in Gaza are currently facing, quote, catastrophic hunger. And virtually every household in Gaza today is skipping meals, and parents are going without food so that they can put pieces of bread on their children's plates. In other words, Gaza is starving. Hundreds of thousands of children go to sleep hungry every night, and desperate Palestinians are mobbing the few UN relief trucks that can reach beyond the border crossing. This is an unprecedented humanitarian crisis.